This is my first time painting in this place, especially considering like this spot is like such a constantly cycling place for art to happen. All the graffiti is constantly falling away or like being painted over by another council or whatever. So I think that like there's a good flow of energy for me to focus on here. I mean, I'm like a little bit tired and a little bit out of it, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I've got some stuff. I'm quite limited because I'm moving right now, but I've got what I need, and we're gonna go and find some mud. Just got some slightly damp soil here. I'm gonna be mixing that mostly with Indian ink, so it's like, so it will like even out the viscosity, and then I can actually paint with it. This is what I have left of my Indian ink. I'm gonna dump it into the mud that I collected. And then I'm also gonna add some paint. I do find myself often quite limited by the selection of paint and stuff that I have because because of the way that I source materials, I try to like hardly ever get anything new. So everything is like recycled from online secondhand or I've had many instances where like an art shop or something is closing down and I'll be able to get a lot of stuff either discounted or whatever that would usually be trashed. Or I just find it like in like garages and stuff. I use a lot of house paint. And that's just all part of the like this project right now is fully sustainable. Because I'm not using any new products or anything except for the basics that I already had. I kind of like to have a bit of a framework going into it so that I can then build off of that. I'll put one more down. I actually like that. That composition is really cool. Always taking from my environment, whatever I'm seeing, like intuitively. Just gonna like push this into the wet layer of paint. We collected these when we were exploring before. These leaves will probably be the extent of what I do in advance. Wondrous. This part of my method that I'm doing is I'll be going into a meditative state, shutting off my visual stimulation and heightening my other senses to almost tune into the frequency of my environment. I also make sure that I can also hear my environment, the sound of the birds, the wind flowing through the leaves and the trees, and kind of try to visualize the flow of that and kind of create an image of what that looks like in your mind's eye. Okay. I have a pretty clear visual now. feel my environment. I can see it ahead of me, and I'm going to grab my drawing tool and just, while keeping my eyes closed, I'm going to go for the mud paint that I've mixed before. And at this point I'm actually comfortable with opening my eyes. I'm going to outline this leaf here, and that's probably going to be as far as this pre-mixed stuff is going to take me. I've just kind of emulated the nature of the foliage with this green by using the brush strokes in in a manner similar to the nature of the fennel, I think. I love that. That looks really cool. A big aspect of my work, I think, is movement of not just color, but also concepts. And it keeps, in the final piece, it keeps people's eyes moving across the canvas as well. So it's like really important to me. And also texture is a huge thing. I love when art feels good. That's really cool looking. They're inspired by ancient depictions of the non-binary identity. Because I think that it's very mystical. I think that people that are more in touch with themselves and their image, especially if that is one of inconformance, I guess, I think they're more able to access those hidden realms and or different perspectives, rather. I think, like, for example, my artwork exists outside of the standard binary. I'm going to do some detailing with this antique white of some like neural links kind of patterns, because I've been really enjoying those lately. I could see myself like coming back to this piece and like even attaching a different piece of wood to the bottom of it to paint on that. It could go on forever, and I could keep nailing pieces of wood to each other and like creating like a whole wall full of this stuff if I wanted to. In my practice, there's no like such thing as a finished piece a lot of the time, but it's both very freeing and at the same time daunting, I guess. At least I'd say that's true for all forms of abstract art, at least in a maximalist kind of focus, because that is what I see this as, is kind of maximalism. All right, I'm happy with it. I'd call it quits there. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to provide detail, but not for it to overpower the previously done work there. I wanted it to complement it, and I think that's done its job. Yeah, I really wanted it to feel like it came from this environment, and I think it did that. So, yeah.